And again, it was never on the table, but it should have been. Should have been. When we last left our heroine, we were going to start the whole embassy nonsense, right? But me, being built differently, why's that green? Why is that green? And then they'll act like you know. Notebook. This is all tutorial stuff. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get it crumped into your style. In this dance for me, we got your token. Now you're stoking, and you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration. Let's dance for me. Let's get it percolating while we're waiting. So this dance for me. Come on, everybody, get on up. We got a Mimo, and he's tough. Make me feel alright. I can't stand looking at that screen, knowing there's buttons I haven't pressed yet. I can go back and look at this later, or as the game progresses, but I can't keep this up and ignore it. I'm happy it's here though, because it's likely that I'll go back to these and look at them as resources and say, I forgot, how do I do this? Actually, last stream I did that when I was trying to recall how to swan dive. And luckily I was able to. So that was the thing. Oh, good job, bot. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm on my way right now. Menu navigation. There's two buttons on the side. One is like your Steam button that opts like the top menu that takes you between, you know, your library, your chat, store, and your regular Steam menu as per usual in your settings. And then the right-hand button is the one that takes you to your actual Steam Deck settings in terms of Bluetooth, brightness, Wi-Fi, connectivity, all that good stuff. There's a lot of shortcuts that you can enable by holding down the Steam button, like holding down the Steam button, holding down B, fourth closes the game, holding down the Steam button and L1 zooms in, holding down the Steam button and pressing X takes a screenshot, one of those things. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with your Steam Deck. I can't have that just be unknown. I have to go explore that. Yeah, that's priority level alpha right now. Look at me just using phrases I have no idea about. Oh, that's right. I can eat some food now. I need materials. I don't know if I have them or not. What's up, my guy?
Oh, this'll really boil their broth. I'll add a sprinkle of chili to their desserts. How perverse.
My favorite NPC. Dude's tripping. How perverse. You know what? You are right. That is a little perverse. There we go. Foodsies. And these Trixie's hobbits. We out.
Almost ready to go?
Please stop shouting. Let's see. Let's fast travel for free. We're going to fast travel right over here. This shelter. Invalid location. Guess I'll go F myself. There we go. But I hope that answers your question in terms of the navigation. It better answer your question. Or else. And I feel bad banning that person too because they had Gohan in their name. I love Gohan. Damn. What's up, Denis? What am I doing for the main mission? Opening the embassy. Just cleared out the bristlebacks in this area. And Ulvon was like, oh, you did. So it seems. And I was like, blow the horn now. And he blew the horn. And now this small little residency right here, right, known as Crankshaft or whatever, Chainscrape, is back to work. Quit snitching. All y'all do is snitch. Snitch bots. Shit. Body bag. This is other butt. Here you are. Nope. I don't know how you zapped me, but that was cool.
I'm still in this fight.
My ex used to put mint and jam in some of the food she would make and then pretend like there's no mint. Okay. I don't understand why you chose this moment to share that. Hello. The AI is brutal and relentless. I died so much in Forbidden West and I did in Zero Dawn. I like the aggressive AI. I'd run too, friendo. Oh, because, yeah, Homeboy was talking about adding a sprinkle of chili powder in the desserts and snickering. Maybe your ex played this game. Found it equally comical. Puts hand on Palshak's shoulder. Mimo really knows how to sell the idea of trust. All it takes is one hand on the shoulder, and you're like, you know what? I trust this dude with my life. I don't think he betrayed my feelings at all. All because there's a hand on me. Not me, obviously, because I'm built different. I thought for a second that might be an actual machine or a monster, but it's just plant. But I was concerned. What a good looking game. What a good looking game. You found the mint jam after you moved? Would you say the mint jam was the only thing holding your relationship together? Maybe there was a degree of symbolism that it wasn't until after you all were apart, you found the mint jam? I'd watch this movie. It feels like a Tom Clancy joint, you know? Tom Clancy presents Mint Jam. I'd be like, ooh, another dub. Another dub to Tom Clancy. Having an entire evening binge watching Mint Jam and Jack Reacher. Clearing my throat out loud is pretty obnoxious. You're welcome. Is the villain pistachio butter? Shh. No spoilers. We can't give that away. Maybe it is. Who's to say, right? Winky face. I think the villain is the people we become along the way. Maybe in a way we're all villainous. Nemo's a villain. That air of arrogance, faux care, blending into an idea of genuine concern.
There's an old watchtower at the top of that cliff.
There is?
I wonder if there's anything still inside.
Oh, S-word.
It's like the path out broke a long time ago. I'm gonna have to climb.
I remember reading a review, not really a review, I guess, more or less a commentary piece about this game. And one of the concerns, complaints even, about this game was that the person felt like Aloy spoke to themselves too much out loud. And sometimes she can say some things that seems a little out of place. But I do like the idea that she says things out loud a little, because she's saying the kind of things that I'm thinking about as I'm looking up. And it makes me feel like I'm not alone in the experience, you know? Sometimes it can be a little trite, but other times I am appreciative of hearing her say different pieces of things. Makes her feel like she's very observant to her surroundings.
Get this turned into something tasty.
I wish I was tasty. JK, I'm super tasty. Yeah, line repetition is always tough. Because you gotta think about how many times a player will be in the exact same location, how often, and how many hours or money you put into an actor or actress repeating the same dialogue. But it depends on the player, right?
There we go.
Like, for example, there's a game, now I forget what it is. I'm drawing a blank. But there's a game that I played last year, I want to say, or 2 years ago, where every time you die and come back, you have brand new dialogue. Like, you die and come back to the battle, and then there's actual brand new dialogue every single time. You come back and do this repetition of battle. And I wish I could recall what the game was, because it really drew on my instinct to want to try to first try things, but I also wanted to keep dying and come back to keep getting all the different dialogue options to find out what else they would just say. Because it changed all the time. I'm sure if I went through my list of games that I played and just looked at each one, I would go, aha, that's the one. But I won't go for that. What's up, all caps D? What up, gamers? Folks don't like hearing women talking, that's all. Fuka Bear. I had that commentary piece yesterday that there's a lot in this game that subverts the expectation of the typical gamer, which is Aloy reminds me of me in terms that I'm not overly spoken. Like, everyone wants the personality of a person to have either an accent or a robust personality, right? So you think about someone like an Uncharted, right? Robust personality. You think of Lara Croft, accent, right? You want these different styles, but Aloy is very reserved. Speaks up when she has to, Doesn't raise her voice. She's succinct, terse, but everything she says has purpose. Is punctuated by the way she says it. But I love hearing her say things. We've even captured a few moments already where she's had moments that are really funny. And Connor was the same way with his stoicism in Assassin's Creed 3.
And there's
You know what I mean?
one of those
But I don't think it
places.
makes her less enjoyable as a character. I think she makes her more enjoyable. Plus the number of different dark skin tone people I've seen in the game as well. But I think have gamers big mad possibly. They're not used to seeing it in games,
Guess I'll
which can unsettle
do
them.
it later.
To which I would say, of course, who gives a shit? Yeah, David's here. You know, there is tutorial stuff, Dionys, in the game that you can turn off, but I wonder if that's one of the things you can turn off tutorial-wise. Is her saying things like, I bet I can butt my butt right here. You know, like, Aloy, you can butt your butt here. I just don't need you to say it out loud. If only I had a butt from my butt, I could butt here. You're like, yes, I know, I have the butt for your butt here. I just don't want to use it right now, Aloy. You had them off? Aw, crying face indeed. No dubs allowed. I washed my legs today? I did. I wash my legs every day. I even lotion my legs and lotion my feet. I got no strings to hold me down. There is no ash on me. What a cool landing. Black Widow pose. All right, cool. Got the question mark business done. I got that done. Now I can go all the way back here and handle my business. My business. Who is your housekeeper and what you keep on the house? I'm gonna go here actually. Lotion your sweet feeties. I did. This was a specific thing, the repeated line. To use Zero Dawn as example, say she killed 3 corruptors. Each one she looted, she'd say, this is a corruptor. The rebels must be using them every time. Is she wrong? By the way, in this household, we do wash our legs. You know what I mean? In this stream, we wash our legs. She doesn't want to forget. Yeah. Some people take string and they tie it around their wrist and their fingers. Some people put it in their Google Calendar. Some have a physical calendar. Some have reminders that ping off with loud noises. Aloy just repeats things out loud. You know what I mean?
So,
I say good for her.
one from the old world. I could find something interesting inside.
Access console, door, supply box, crate, supply chest, event panel.
It's weak to acid.
Wait, what's weak to acid? Run that back. What's weak to acid? Why'd you say that? What did I have mouse over? Controller over? Controller over? Who says that? Well, something in there is weak to acid, so I know that now, at least. I love that for me. How many of you in here are weak to acid? Press 1.
This ruin looks like it's barely holding together. There must be a way to get inside. Okay, what do we have in here?
I'm sorry, is that a rib cage? Oh, it's building structure. Okay, I guess it's building rib cage, right? Buildings have ribs too. 1, only DNS. That's tough, dude. 2, the opposite. Excuse me. I can move this around if I need to. Might need to. What the hell is that?
An old world relic. How do I get in there to get it?
Got old big ass bowl of Lucky Charms. Y'all see that? Magically delicious looking ass. Don't worry, Mimo. I'll get your Lucky Charms. Bet money. Or if I can Adrian my way. AKA do it the way unintended. Can you imagine if I just crouched through here? Just ruin the game. This is a frame perfect trick. You can actually sneak in here, just so you know. It saves about 45 minutes. Not today, though. Unfortunate. It feels like something's heating up. Can I leave with Kiros? Weak to acid couldn't be me. Couldn't be me either. Turns out that you and I and Paul Shack are built differently. Just because DNS is weak to acid doesn't mean that it's weak to everything. It might be strong to something else. Let's go get some hot pot, fam. Right now? Why? I'm playing video games. Shut up. No. I'm busy. F word. And I look into your eyes. I see something that money can't buy.
Looks like this door needs some kind of key
I
module.
know that to give us a try. But harder for you, girl. If you ever have to, Senorita, I feel for you. You deal with things you have to. Doesn't love you, I can tell by his charm. You can give this real love. You just lay in my arm. Won't you lay in my... Never been hot pot. Sounds good though. It's one of the few delicacies we have in our area that I feel like are out of place. Like we don't deserve hot pot and we have it. And every time that I see we have hot pot, I'm like, why do we have this? We don't deserve hot pot. We're not a hot pot community. I'm watching you and another few people play through this because I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, every now and then you find a game that's just so cash money, you want to watch someone else have their experience. Then you see them doing things, you're like, ooh, I know how to solve that. I want to tell you so badly. Arrgh. And then you don't. And everyone's happy for it. Powerful. Yo, David, let's go get hot pot right now. You and I. Not Kiros, though. I'm weak to most things, actually. Acid, the sun, people with different viewpoints. Oh, man. Real rap. I feel this and this. It's funny you say that because I feel the exact opposite. Let's delve into why that is. Let's not. Doesn't sound like you're open to new experiences. I'm not. I'm telling you this ahead of time, so it's not a surprise later on. I don't care about different viewpoints, which includes yours. As intended.
Great. This should be useful.
Right. Easy. Give me that. Let's go. Bet. Oh, I just have one rule. We can't tell you know who that we're going to get hot pot. Is that cool with you? We can tell Mimo.
There's data here.
There's data here. Rangers. Shout outs to data. There it is. Text mail from Lodge Design Reception. Data corruption minimal. From the Lodge Design Reception. To Thomas Braith. Subject, your red permit code. Okay. Thank you for staying with the Lodge of Zion. With your reservation, you have opted for a red permit parking pass. To ensure the safety and security that our accommodations are renowned for, the access gate for guest vehicles is protected by a personally generated code. For your convenience, this code grants you entry both to your room and parking space. Your code is curse words. At, oh, that's actually funny. At pound symbol, ampersand, exclamation. Please keep in mind this code is confidential, so please refrain from sharing it with anyone during your stay. We look forward to seeing you. Have a safe and pleasant journey. The Lodge at Zion Crew. Mr. Braith, sorry for the inconvenience, but our parking system software hasn't worked properly for some time. To access the lot, just use the code 1705. It's embarrassing to admit, but we're actually unable to change it. Thanks.
There's a code for the locked door in this data. But I still need to find a key module.
Don't worry, Aloy, we'll figure it out together. Ooh, lens flare. Hella lens flare. The one thing better than lens flare is hella lens flare. Sometimes when I see lens flare IRL or I experience it IRL, I laugh to myself like LOL video games. Even though real life did it first, right? I attribute it to video games, not real life. On a road trip, driving along, start laughing. What are you laughing at, Adrian? Lens flare. What? Oh, the sun? No, lens flare. Okay, like video games have lens flare, you know what I mean? Okay, Adrian. You say so, chieftain. Not make that yump. Lens laser, that's a whole laser. Oh my god, you're both sandwiches. Fuck yeah, even in the future nothing works. In the space balls. Watch out with the space balls. And darling, what you need, and darling, what you need with the space balls. Watch out with my space balls.
Okay, gotta find a key for the door.
Hey, a whole pit. Purple thing on the floor? Yeah, it's a data point right there. That was the data pad that gave me the access code to the door, which is 1705. Which was previously at symbol, pound symbol, ampersand, exclamation point. In case any of you were keeping score of what it said. To Mr. Braith, I believe, was the gentleman's name. No, they want me to go down, I think. I'm not done looking around in here. You got it, what you need, and you got it, what you need. Ah! Strong. Nice job, Aloy. Way to destroy the entire world. Big fan. That poor boar outside is just walking around hearing all this destruction. Like, just can't have no home anywhere, can I, without someone destroying it? SMH colonizers.
There's more of the ruin down here. Where to now?
Let's see where I can go. I was wondering until I saw the code if that was the code with shift pressed. Oh, yeah. That's cool to think about, actually. I hadn't even thought about that. You like the headlight? The one headlight. It said it's cold. It feels like Independence Day. Just kidding. That day sucks. No one asked. Yay, 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 yay. Come on, is this how you call it a cave-in?
There. A little more light down here.
That seems incredibly unsafe, Aloy. But do you? I love her spunky attitude. And she keeps herself occupied, you know? There! A little more light down here. Bah. Little quirky Aloy. Guessing that's more for dropping down from the starting area than it is to assist me right now. Which is okay.
Well, I can't reach the ledge above now. Guess I'll have to find another way up.
You want to bet, Aloy? Shit, she's right. Now you know I'm going to try to Adrian this, right? The minute she told me I can't do something, bet money. I have an idea that's extremely foolish, but it might be as intended. So I'm going to try it anyway. You bet I can't do it? Okay, bet 500. Shit. Now I got to try. Hello, Ray Apollo. Hello, Ray. Hey, everyone, look, it's Ray Apollo. Normally, there'd be an overwhelming amount of applause that would take place right now, Ray. I am sorry you don't hear it right now, but I'm thinking about you. Does not look good advice, actually. There's got to be like one hinge in the wall right here that I can just kind of glide on for a brief second. Just long enough to get a grip. Wait a minute. Let's go!
Okay. Now where does this lead?
Video games are so easy to me. Like, it always comes easy to me. You know what I mean? You feel me? I love your response, actually, to that, Paul Shack, and that's how we Adrian. Thank you for the $1,000, by the way, DNS and Mimo combined. Good looking out. Thanks for the money. What's up, Ray? Welcome back for 5 months. Try hard, LOL. Yeah. Well, the minute someone tells me you can't do that, Ray, I'm going to show you that I can. That's my Michael Jordan spirit. These gamers say I can't do something. Okay, I'm going to show you that I can do that. They said, Adrian, you're not capable of doing that? That was all I needed to hear. And I took that personally. I just put up 45 and the game winner. Some stuff over there. What else? Not my money, I bet. I know. The minute you said I also bet Mimo's money, I knew you weren't committed to it. Coward. You know why? Because secretly you knew I'd pull it off. You know better than to bet against me. Y'all get a chance, y'all should look at Ray's TikTok. He's a reaction streamer now. It's one of those.
The key module.
I'm proud of him. Living his best life. You did become one of those. Growth is crucial, right? You gotta find your lane like everybody else. On accident, my entire black ass. Not part of it. My entire black ass. Accident. Okay, no door. When I look into your eyes. This is the house you wanted to live in, yeah. We were looking at it from our focus in the future, looking at the past.
There. Looks like this needs a code too. I think some of the data I picked up might help. I'm in.
I can't ever hear I'm in without thinking back to McLovin saying that. It ruins my life. I'm in. Check it out, Ray. Magically delicious. Clovers, rainbows, and balloons.
What is this thing?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at it together. First stop on the Screw You Kyle tour. Yo, no way. Guess what, Kyle? That big flashy demonstration for those big casino executives you wouldn't shut up about? Not gonna happen. But you know what is? Road trip, baby. Good luck following our dust trail, dick nose. Golden toucans out. Tom.
Better keep it safe. Maybe I'll figure out what to do with it later.
Right? Only like 2 Toms I've met my entire life that I would actually let speak to me like that. The rest would get got upon. Oh, so the green means I've completed that area. And everything I can possibly do there. Got it. Turns Aloy into Optimus Prime. Not bad. It would turn Aaron into Rodimus Prime. Knowing him. With his hurt feelings. Aloy, you left me. I had things to do. You know what? Things to do does sound very important. I respect that, Aloy. I didn't care. I didn't ask you if you respect it or not. You know, I'm just making it clear that I respect that. I'm just making it clear that I didn't ask. Okay, Aloy, go fuck yourself. What was that? Nothing. Some question marks up there, up there. You need to bring your back here, up there. Gotta go take care of those. About to go take care of business. With the top back. Means can't stop that. We are all Optimus Prime. I don't think I am. I definitely have Starscream energy, actually. I've always been Starscream. I will never not be Starscream. Really hope they fixed all the completed things. When I last played, some completed things still shows complete. Lots of wasted journeys. It sounds like you never forgave them for that. You still have the gathering animation on? Yeah, Ray, I like to appreciate the hard work put in by developers. I want to see that gathering animation every single time. Unlike you, Mr. I'm better than animations. F the devs. Ray told me that once. I said, what are your thoughts on gathering animations? He said, F devs. I said, all right. Odd approach. Let's not do that. And look at it on YouTube. You're disgusting. Actually gross. I respect it. Because I am too. Hey, look, it's John. Hey, everyone. J-Rock is here. First Ray Apollo, now J-Rock. Now, what kind of things are we going to get into today? Not J-Rock, though? Yikes. Yikes. How's it make you feel, John? You come in here and the first thing you see is Ray acting out of pocket. Gorgeous. Minutes wasted, minutes. All right, Tobias. There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Javad said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry. I should see if there's anything in the back of the valley.
Well, guess what? Now I'm going to be spotted west of the quarry. How you like me now? How you like me now? Gold teeth when I smile. Try to tip me out the ghetto, but I'm still buck wild. Hooty hoo. 4 pockets and you ain't in one of them, Ray? Ooh, John. Just started spitting. Just started spitting. John, you can't speak to Ray that way now. He's a big time TikTok influencer.
Check it out. It's strange. Parts of it have been tampered with. Almost like an override.
Says who? Everyone at Anime Expo. I didn't even go there, but I was watching Anime Expo videos, and they were like, hey there, I'm live with so-and-so. How are you doing? How are you enjoying the Anime Expo? Oh my God, it's the best time of my life. It's my second one ever, and it was better than the last. Who's your favorite TikTok creator? If I had to pick one, it's so hard. I'd have to go with Ray Apollo. Really? What's your favorite Ray Apollo video? The one where he reacts to butt cheeks. Yeah, I like that one too. Thanks. Enjoy Anime Expo.
Looks like it died on impact. Maybe it charged off the cliff up there. I better keep following the trail up.
Aloy's a whole-on, like, medical examiner now? A coroner? Looks like it died on impact. What's up, Mouse? You love my vibe? Not everyone does. I'm happy you do. I'm one of those streamers you go to just to hang out for a bit. I'm not really one of those, 100K viewer, 3,000 sub streamers. I'm more or less for the people. I'm the underground streamer. You know what I mean? But one day I'm gonna blow up. Release my mixtape. Be the best day of my life. And I'll be like, people will always ask how I got these nice things. Take my crown to the grave. I'm an underground king. I still can't get over the funniest thing I've read all week, which is where someone posted in the Discord a link from Def Jam when they were like, what should we do next? Def Jam fight for Chicago. Def Jam fight for Atlanta. Def Jam fight for Philly. And I was like, ooh. And Reem was like, how about Def Jam fight for Toronto? Like, it legit made me laugh in real life out loud. I read that. Like, what? Def Jam fight for Toronto? There is no fight for Toronto. She knew that. Like, that's part of the joke. It's just reading it was funny.
Another dead bristleback. Nice. Deposit of green shine.
Nice. This is a good stream. Don't talk to me. I'm about to get hater tattooed across my belly. Gross. What would you rather have tattooed across your belly? Hater or godson? Think about that. Damn. I really do think we live in an era where metrics are used too much to define the quality of a streamer. I agree. But when you're in the space and opportunities revolve sometimes around those metrics, it's hard not to look at them, you know what I mean? When companies don't want to work with you unless you have the numbers to back it up, no matter how good you are. Myself, for example, I will work with people, producers and directors, and they'll hit me up afterwards and say, you know, I don't often say this, but like, you are actually incredible. I had heard about you before, but like, your work, you did such a great job today. Like, you were exceptional. And I'm like, well, thank you. And like, really, you're really good. And I'll be like, well, thanks. It means a lot. And it does. Like, it's always nice to hear that. It's very humbling. I'm arrogant on stream, right? 'Cause this is funny to meme. That's always humbling to hear. But then at the end of the day, I hate that phrase. When it comes down to it, the natural resource people are looking for are numbers. Sometimes you can't fight that. And that sucks. You know? I own that, though. I'm just trying to be happy and make others happy with my experiences that I share. And if I can do that, that's cool. You know what I mean? By any means necessary, one might say. Drake versus Tory Lanez would be a hilarious cover. Def Jam fight for Toronto. Drake versus Tory Lanez would be the only battle in the game. Gluten-free across left butt cheek. If you write gluten-free on the left butt cheek, is there anything on the right butt cheek? Hater over godson. What's up, Buddha? Here was a major spoiler. The main character, Agent is very talented and superb human being. Don't do that. Don't give me hope. What's up, Buddha? I actually really enjoyed watching your segment when you were on public access with Ray and Mary. Actually, that Ray, the same Ray who's in here. Man, I loved watching you shine in there. Just because your natural charisma and your witticisms. You're like, oh yeah, I'm drunken Buddha. I can cook. Yeah, oh, I am smooth. Blah, 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 smooth voice. Oh, witty remark. Rubs chin, rubs head, licks lips. You know what it is and what I do. Licks lips some more. I'm like, look at Buddha. Man.
Okay, let's see where this leads.
And then I was like, is this nigga trying to take my job? Fuck you, Buddha. And then I reported you. It was a false report. I didn't really have anything to back it up. I just want to make sure you didn't get your shine. Hater tattooed across my belly. The hell is that? The answer's no, but can I? Wait. Oh, grapple point. I can. Now I don't want to do it. Now I know that I can, I don't want to. I can go this way and go up, or I can go this way. I kind of want to go up because it seems like the less obvious path. Also, this seems like one of those areas where I move forward and the game just starts collapsing everything and it says, well, can't go that way anymore. You know what, bet. Awareness of 1,000. Pardon? What are these? This barrel's full of Ninja Turtle cummies. This definitely feels like one of those rooms that becomes one of the most clipped moments from people. Like you take one swing and then kaboom. With that being said, delicate. Easy. Easy. Aloy. You're still my hero. I can't be your hero because you met me. And one of the things you do is you never meet your heroes. So if I wasn't a bad influence on you, then clearly I wasn't a hero. My job is to disappoint you as soon as you meet me. Oh, I can actually run and jump on that wall right there. All right, bet. Ha! Oh my God, shit. I have an interesting look on Outreach that I wonder how many people consider and how measurable it actually is. Maybe spit out my drink and I hate you? What? How about being a Buddha hater? Or the turtles coming? Oh, that's the third comment. You are legit popular among other influencers, your favorite streamer, if you will, kind of like the Jada Kiss of the space. You know the worst part about that comparison, John? How oftentimes is Jada Kiss mentioned? Like real ones who are in the game, they understand Jada's the one. Like even M said, man, Jada's one of my favorites. Is anybody else though? I wonder if I can chain react that. I don't like. So you're just not gonna explode at all? Y'all just don't blow up? I don't know, John. You say so. I don't know if that's true. I feel unknown. I've been doing this for years and I select the people who just don't know that I exist, you know what I mean? Which is alright. I guess I kind of like anonymity to a degree, to be fair. You know? Adrian keeps weirding. Yeah. It does. It does, actually, Mimo. A lot of the streamers who have consistent... A lot of streamers who have consistent, inconsistent hours are ones who were doing it as part of their main game, like WoW, a decade ago. People were just used to it, so they just showed up. But I really feel like I would need to have a schedule that says, all right, I guarantee you can see me at this time weekly. I've thought about that a lot, actually, a lot. There's so much, I don't want to call it turbulence. There's so many divisions in my life that I don't know if I can keep true to it. I'd have to really think about a time that would work for me and the audience. Plus, too, it depends also on what you're looking for, right? I was like listening to that Bronze Girl about 3 years ago about something. About it's cool to hang out people at nighttime. I think that's true. The midnight hours. Because you're the only streamer who's online at that point. And people just rage you nonstop. And you become the stream everyone kind of hangs out in and relaxes with. And that's true for me when I do midnight streams. But also, it seems like one of the more stingy hours for growth. It's the hour where, in North America, people are ready to go to bed, so they're just hanging out for a nighttime stream. It's not really growth hours. You know what I mean? EU, maybe. But during the day, you're no longer part of the skeleton crew or the ultra-low hangout area person or the guaranteed raids. But people are in the midst of their day, working hours or relaxation hours, so it seems like growth might be more likely at that point. And I don't disagree, to be honest. I think she has the right of it.
Ow.
Did she just say ow? Ugh? You're good? Anyway, I've been thinking about that a lot, too. I do be thinking. TBQH. %1,000% can't make that jump. That's too bad. Even if I did make that jump, there's nothing to grab onto. Buddha, what have you been up to these days anyway, man? I don't get a lot of time to look at Twitch, so I don't know what you've been streaming or how often you've been streaming. I don't want to pretend like I have.
There's smoke from deeper in the mine. An explosion? Bristlebacks.
Damn.
Guess they got trapped in here.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to take them out before I can look around.
Fuck. Why? You won't. Then again, maybe you will. Whoa! Too much dip on your chip. Oh, hell no. Missed that shot. Got him. Around the world, around the world. Got him. What? One piece steps, 1, 2, 3. I can't believe I missed that bullshit. 'Cause you're the only one for me, and running, running, running. Chill. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck the place up, fuck the place up. XX sure shot, let's go. Easy game.
Okay. Better take a look at where the smoke's coming from.
Just don't be overthinking. Can't help it. It's what I do even in video games. You're right though. Working on my mental health and self lately. Haven't been streaming at all. My daughter is here for the summer. Therapy, self-reflection kept in my backlog. Respect. I've seen a few different streamers doing that actually. I saw Mission Crossing hanging out with Vanna, doing some self-love and taking some time off streaming. It really is a full-time job that we don't allow ourselves time off from, because the minute you take time off, you lose every bit of traction you worked hard for. But then the minute you take time off, it feels good. I was doing that recently actually too. I went out and spent a lot of time outdoors. My little and me went out, and went to a Mud Hens game. Mud Hens are our local AAA team. They're basically like the Detroit Tigers. They're the G League of the Detroit Tigers. So they're pretty good. But I went to a baseball game, and when I was chilling there, like, I legit forgot how good it felt to just do things like that. You know, like, I was sitting in the baseball stadium, eating a hot dog, watching the game, and, like, it just felt so relaxing. I was like, damn. Part of me is thinking about streaming right now and the things I gotta do for streaming, but the other part of me is like, why am I thinking about streaming? This is such good energy. Why haven't I been doing this? Am I lame? Realized I don't the platform wasn't fun anymore. It's fair. Yeah, good on you. Good on you. John do be chilling. I am. It's just, and Ray, now that you are Papa, you understand this probably more than most now. This is one of those spaces where you feel like you have to keep everything under wraps. You know, I don't talk about it a lot. She's around me all the time. I love her all the time. We do everything together. It's just this is a very nosy space. It's a harsh space. It's a space that likes to use things against you, make up stories about you, and people are trying to know way too much about your life. And have someone who's been on the internet for 20 years, I understand what the internet can do or try to do, and corrupt, and I don't want to involve her in all of that. So I keep that close to the vest, you know? Because that's one of those one false move things where I would turn to a version of me that very few people have seen. And I don't want to be that person because it's hard for me to turn that person off once it activates. I start to hurt feelings.
Like the one's pretty far back.
But yeah. I have a little. She's my love. Flammable. Me being nosy. The Kim Kardashian, but yeah. The internet is weird. Yeah. Then you have people you don't even know, or people you barely know, like your acquaintances. Like, oh, when is she get to meet her auntie so-and-so? Or when is she gonna meet her uncle so-and-so? I'm like, what makes you think that you are auntie or uncle so-and-so? We don't have that kind of relationship. Then feelings start getting hurt and people start getting sad, and I ain't got time for that. I knew I should have bought that flame bow. There was a bow that has flaming arrows, and I put it off because I didn't know when I need it. Now I'm looking at all these flaming barrels that can be set ablaze, and I realize I definitely played myself. Piece of shit.
It's a dead end. Bristlebacks must have collapsed these tracks too.
No such thing as a dead end in video games. Unless it actually is in video games. That's part of why I moved here. I'm in a situation where I can work less days and stream less days and spend more time to myself, learn more things outside of this space, and get back to a life that exists offline. Started learning woodwork. I've also learned enough things about electric and motor that I can build, sit-stand desks. Oh yeah, what was it you built recently? That we were all like, John, you built what? Table. You were making your own tables and stuff. I thought that was really cool. I haven't seen a lot of craft. People who have trades. The last trade person that I watched, remember, a couple of y'all oldies remember this. Remember about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, there was that kid who did blacksmithing in his backyard, and then his dad would kind of work his stream for him while he did that stuff. He was a super kind little kid. But he was like a blacksmith. He was like 17. And everything was so exciting for him. Like, whoa, everyone, thank you for the sub. Welcome. That was like the last crafter, or not crafter, but tradesperson that I saw. Maybe I just don't get it. Enjoy being hurt. Woody Smith. Swords. Axes. Had a little forge and everything. An anvil. It was so cool. I loved watching that. It was very neat. It was one of those things you watch and say, man, I should try that. And you know damn well you ain't gonna try it. But you say it out loud to convince yourself, like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna start crafting stuff. No, you're not. Been watch a lot of home renovation Twitch. I didn't know there was a lot of home renovation Twitch. I built a couple coffee tables as like little side projects, and I liked the work so much that I didn't expand upon it. That's tight. When you get 3 years deep, John, I might hire you to build me a birdhouse, so I can put it outside of my home and watch 5,000 birds come up to my place. I love them so much. What's up, small Bariqua? Welcome back for 15. Been a while since I've been able to catch a stream, but wanted to pop by and say hi. Hope you're doing well. I'm chilling. I'm doing better now that you're back in 15 months. Best believe that. Welcome. Hope you chilling. I hope you say fly. That was unintended. This feels so out of sorts. Can I? I didn't think so. You should let me love you. I'm going to give you everything you want and need. Baby, good love and protection.
Blaze here to blast a mountain open. And there's a note on one of the barrels.
Came down here for a note. Boricua. All my life. Pray for someone like you.
This note's addressed to Oland. Looks like this mine was supposed to be shut down. Oland must have gotten greedy. Kept blasting deeper into the mountain. I should let Javad know what I found.
And by the way, speaking of music like that, I found 90s R&B playlist, and I was gonna go to bed, and instead I spent 1 hour listening to a playlist and delayed my sleep. I was so pissed. Went out for a smoke walk and store run. Hey yo, Buddha. Respect. Don't forget, you got a home here with your people. You know what I mean? Me, John, Ray, Mimo. We here. Enjoy your smoke walk and store run. Proud of you. But last night I was trying to go to bed, and instead I rewound. What's it gonna be? 'Cause I can't pretend, no. What's it gonna be? More than friends. Hold me tight and don't let go. Don't let go. For like 20 minutes. There were other things in that list too, like no matter what I do, you know I'm crazy over you. But that one in particular, it's been a while since I heard that, and I was like, ooh, rewind, listen to it again. I gotta go to bed, but I can't. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking love. Love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking. What's it gonna? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Delivered 24 barrels of blaze. Just blaze? 4 shovels, 9 hammers, 1 keg of Spitfire. Yes, y'all, it's the one and only what up. And I came with the con and money, what up? And I came with a ton of homies, but don't get it twisted, the gun is on me. Delivered in full as Spit Swarm by Rhaegar Tradesman. Getting hard to deliver your shipments quietly, Ulvon. Ran into a carge patrol and wasted an hour heading to the northern mine just to throw him off the scent. Javad may be a chuff, but until you get that concession signed, he can still shut down my trade. So if you want to keep blasting away at this scorched out mine, I'm happy to oblige, but my fees have just gone up. Snitch. I'm about to snitch. Ray, that song is so good. And yeah, Bariqua, it hit, don't it? Like, In Vogue was not playing around, man. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking love. Love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking.
So Olvend was secretly blasting in the mine, trying to squeeze it for all it's worth. Until Bristleback stampeded through. Maybe explosions blew a way open? But from where?
Like, In Vogue, there are actual verses in that song, but I pretend not to hear them. All I hear is that chorus. What's it gonna be? 'Cause I can't pretend, no. What's it gonna be? More than friends. Hold me tight and don't let go. Running in and out my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some good ass music. That's all there is to it. It's just some good ass music. They got no business singing that well. No business. Them do be throwbacks though. Oh man, that'd be a good name for a playlist or like a collection CD. Throwbacks to throwback to. You know what I mean? Who needs pure moods or 80s hair? Throwbacks to throwback to. I can safely say I've never clapped cheeks to En Vogue, but now I want to. Damn, I now need an R&B playlist to clap cheeks to. Got me in a whole R&B mood all morning, all afternoon, all evening. Can't stop thinking about IMX, Stay the Night. Only wanna stay the night. You know you got a brother high. I wanna pick you up in my ride. Baby, baby, maybe, maybe. I didn't ask for that kind of greeting. You should make one? I'm going to on Spotify. I love anytime a game has any kind of... This is actually why I was talking about in the Discord how I want to go to Tibet. I have this deep fascination and love for homes that are carved into the side of mountains. And Tibet has a bunch of those. And we have a state park that has a bunch of adult tree houses that you can stay in overnight that are furnished. It's kind of the same way. They're just kind of furnished into burrows and bungalows of trees and mountainsides. I love homes like this, or settlements like this, or shops like this that are just imprinted on the side of a mountain or treetops. It's actually my shit. That's why I love Kashyyyk so much. I'd live in Kashyyyk. Dead ass.
Hello.
Oh!
Yeah, what?
I respect that. I respect the homie just saying, what? Every now and then you need someone with that energy that says, I don't care who you are. I know what you've done. I just don't care. No data point. Academic notes, okay. My research regarding the crystals has been more stressful than anticipated. I've made significant progress in the quest to learn what greenshine is and thus where it can be found. Through the process of elimination, I can now state that greenshine is not formed within the rock, but on its surface. The quarry and nearby mine have given me ample evidence to support this conclusion. The notion that greenshine is formed through the application of intense pressure or temperature can therefore be discarded. Additionally, I've gathered sufficient proof to denounce the religious idiocy that greenshine is a gift of the sun and somehow springs into existence via green twilight flares. Rather, entire clusters of greenshine can be found in locales the sun cannot reach, such as underground caverns. It is therefore safe to assume that sunlight is no factor in its formation. There does appear to be a correlation between greenshine deposits and machine presence, however. The hypothesis that the crystal is formed as a side effect of canister leakage seems ever more alluring. The local Osram stoneworkers seem to agree. They believe greenshine to be a hardened state of blaze, a substance that I must admit has similar visual properties. Next step, devise an experiment whereby I attempt to transform blaze into greenshine through artificial means. Note to self, acquire fireproof armor before testing begins. I like that theory. I like that theory. And it seems right. Put some stuff in my stash. You wanna stay tonight? You know you got a brother high. Wanna pick you up in my ride. Ooh, ooh, baby, baby, ooh, ooh. Back. You think tonight? Hey, girl, yeah. You think that I, yeah. Ooh, ooh, baby, baby, ooh, ooh, baby, baby. Know you wanna stay tonight? Hey, it's my kitty cat, Mr. B. Hello, Bogart.
What did you like to know? Didn't forget your tools today, did you?
Hey, Bogart.
Friends
All right,
of
see you
the
later.
club. Coming by.
Ooh, I want to grab one of that. I don't know where I'd go. Get back. You don't know me like that. Yeah, Rose, you right. Hey!
Right back at ya.
There we go. How the That's 80,000 bucks gone. When the fuck did you spend it? With this top back. Yeah, my homies can top that. Roll. Oh, I bet I can do some stuff. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me get this cliff up in it. Hold up. Boom, doom, doom, doom. So you wanna get high? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's not even like a regular cat. That's not even like a good cash. Like, it may not even be worth that effort to get over there. I don't think it is. Anyway, let's speak to you.
Ain't nothing prettier than seeing this quarry up and running. And all because of you.
All right, Neo, I hear you. Na 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 na. Doom, doom, doom. I need it when I want it. I want it when I need something, something, something. I don't know the lyrics. P. Something, something, something. It rhymes with something else. I got a problem and I don't know how I feel about it. Even if I could have done it, but I get it out. Taken by the thoughts of you. And I know this much is true. Baby, you become my addiction. So strong out on you. Barely move, but I like it. It's all because of you. All because. Man, when that song came out, I thought we had peaked. Neo was crooning. I was hurt for him. I don't even know who hurt his feelings, but I feel like I got hurt listening to it. And I know this much is true. Baby, you have become my addiction. I'm so strung out on you. I can barely move, but I like it. That it's all because of you. It's all because of you. All because. I haven't heard Neo in ages, though. I don't even know what he sounds like these days. I hope he can still sing. I hope my dude can still sing. I'll do this for the coil slot. High-pitched and whiny? You speaking my love language. Say less. Give me high-pitched and whiny. Yes, sir. Oh, I need boar products and hides. There'll be some love making, heartbreaking, soul shaking love. I gotta kill some squirrels and some boars and raccoons. Wasn't he at the V's with Mario and Omarion? I don't know. I believe you if he was. I can't say with confidence whether that's true or not. But was he singing if he was? Was it new music? Oh, that's right. I forgot I can choose where I want things. We wanna get high. The down to the down thing. Wanna get down. The down to the down thing. The down to the down. Then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Whoa. So deep down to down. Deep down to down. Hungry? Are you just saying that out loud that you're hungry? Is that what I'm getting out of this? Like, you just hungry. Oh, caveman sounding ass. Get something to eat then. I don't understand. You hungry, right? Go get food. Aloy's rubbed off on you? Don't disrespect her like that. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a cutscene. It's not. Oops. My bad, y'all. Does this cost money? Oh, it costs green shine silver. Heard it all before. Heard it all before. Heard it all before. Heard it all before. I don't wanna hear. I don't wanna know. Please don't say you're sorry. Heard it all before. And I take care of myself. Don't you? To your stories. Sell that, sell that, sell that. Money. And I gotta kill boars and shit. Nothing else here, right? Yeah. Feasting. There'll be some love making. Can I reach that? That was terrifying. Oh, I deadass could just waited and got right here. Nowhere near exciting then. Yo, crank it. What are you doing?
Hey, I thought you'd left by now.
Shut up. I just want to see if it does anything for me. There's a Yerple piece up there. Yeah, she just is shouting hey like that. Reckless abandonment. We hear you. I want to sleep on this. I want this to be my bed. I don't think this does anything for me. No, it doesn't. Peace. Anime. Oh my god, Mads is here. Thank God. Hi, Mads. You improve every room that you step into. Even if it was already a great room, you make it a greater room. What's poppin'? Nah, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me Bales is also here. You don't mean that. You don't mean that. Can't be serious. Now you tell me that Bales went outside? In this economy? I'm proud of Bales. Wise choice, actually, to realize that it's too hot outside to do anything. Shit. Oh, right. This is the mess. The funk. Can't stay in there for too long. Don't take me a line to take away from you. There's nothing more about that thought I never do. I'm looking for some animals to murk. I really don't want to, but my bag is really small. Doom 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 doom. Squirrel. It's Mads. That's what I said. Sorry. That's what I said. Did you not hear the excitement in my voice when I was like, Mads? I like how you keep introducing the fact that it's not just you, it's also Bales as well. It can't just be the Mads show, it's also the Mads and Bales show. That's respect. That's like when you introduce yourself to your friends, like, oh yeah, this is me, and also my friend here. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. I miss you so much, person I was talking to. That's cool and all, but my friend's here too. Please don't ignore them. I don't know them. Then you don't know me. What was that? Is it a pheasant? The game says a campfire. No, wait, come back. Sniper. He loves the stream. What do you think is Bale's favorite part of the stream? If Bales had to pick one thing, what do you think it would be? Where's that bird I just shot now? I thought it was right here. What happened? It didn't despawn, did it? Because I'd be quite upset if it did. Oh, hell no. But where'd the boar go that I tagged? Are things just despawning?
Light's taking.
Ayo? I mentioned this as a concern yesterday, but there are certain things I felt like I'd have to take care of quickly, otherwise the game would just despawn it. My fears were warranted. I shot something out of the sky and the game said, bet, pick it up. And I was like, I can't, I'm busy. And the game said, all right, you're lost, goodbye. Great. There we go. That'll do. I had the same problem last game, I think, where I spent so few time hunting down wildlife in order to upgrade my bag. This couldn't be arsed to kill wildlife.
Stuff for the stash.
I really do like that phrase. Couldn't be arsed. I could take that shot and make it. I don't feel like going that way though. I can make that shot though. I won't, but I could. Nah, you don't want to do that. Fall back. Trying to find one more bird just in case. That's a butterfly. That won't help. Looking for a bird. Squirrel. Raccoon. Where's the damn birds? I hope it's enough. Whatever, we'll fast travel. Let's TCB. Let go. Now we chilling.
Next round's on me.
Up here, forgot.
I know you see me.
There is that one person who sells one person who sells different pelts. Which I might actually need to speak to, depending on what I need for a bag. I won't know until right now. Pouch upgrades, Lego. More traps, yizzer. A J wishbone, shit. Resource pouch. Lego. Arrow quiver. Lego. A J wishbone for tripwires. So I need J feather, fox hide, one fox hide, one J feather, one boar bone, two squirrel hides, another J wishbone. So one J feather, one fox hide, one boar bone, two squirrel hides, one J wishbone. Okay. You're gonna make an omelet for dinner? I like that approach, actually. I don't think we oftentimes spend enough time declaring what we're gonna do. Okay, Mima, what's up with you? I'm going to make an omelet for dinner. Manifest that for yourself. We love that. I don't suppose you feel like making 2 omelets, do you, friendo? Just in case you do, I'll be here. Would I like one? I wouldn't say no to an omelet. Well, what kind of omelet?
Sounds like a great idea.
What kind of omelet?
Stealth, power, and
What are you going to put in this omelet? This is extremely important. I'm going to do a small workout shower. I was going to read that as one sentence. I'm going to do a small workout shower, cut off my hair. I'm going to do a small workout, shower, cut off my hair, and hang some shelves this Friday. Yeah. What's everyone's Friday up to? What we doing? What kind would you want? I would say probably sausage, spinach. Yeah, sausage and spinach. And then something to spice it up. Maybe like some green chilies or red chili flakes on top if you don't want to put those inside. I would like that very much. I would eat it. I would consume it. I would be very happy with it.
What will you choose?
When do you think you can fix this lucky hammer of mine?
Shot.
Punctuation was intentional to communicate the haste. Okay. Let's do that. Buy and equip. There we go. Much better. Okie dokies. All right, thank you. What's everyone else doing for your Friday? For a lot of people, the weekend being here is very important. It means it's time to do certain things. What things do you want to do? What does the weekend mean to you? What's the weekend mean for you? What's it mean to you? What's it mean to you? What's that mean to you? I don't hear you. What's it mean to you? What's it mean to you? Every time I get that song stuck in my head, which by the way is all the time, I tell myself I need to play through that game again. But there's no time to play through that game again because I got things to do. Fire damage. Use your focus to scan enemies, see if they're weak to fire, build a burning state. They take damage over time. Blaze canisters, large explosion. Got it.
She's a keeper. Ended her letter with "I wish you were beer."
I wish you were a beer. Yuck, yuck, yuck. It's kind of fun. I'm being a mad hater, but that is kind of funny. It's my favorite Incubus song. Never felt this way. I felt before. I don't need to know. Let them be goodbye. Nice to know you. Wish you were a beer. All right, I needed 1 fox hide. Right? 1 jay feather. I think I needed 2 boar hides. And 2 squirrel hides? Just buy 1 of each and find out. Oh, and I needed 1 jay wishbone.
Return to me in health, friend.
Nyom. This is definitely the same thing I did in Yakuza 0.
Well, look who's back.
Found myself caught up in things like this. But just like Yakuza 0, instead of just being complete waste of time, all of these are necessities and upgrades that make it easier for you to compete in this wasteland. And I took the longest way possible out of there. Good for me. What's it doing? It's upgrading, right? Oh, did I speak to the dude instead?
Well,
I want to use the workbench. Jesus. Now we're talking. Pouch upgrade. Lego. 1 jay wishbone. That was correct. 2 jay feathers. That was correct. 1 fox hide. That was correct. 1 boar bone and 2 squirrel hides. Got it. Got it. So I need 1 more squirrel hide. 1 squirrel hide, 1 boar bone.
that depends on what you need to make.
1 squirrel hide, 1 boar bone. I also did my workout backwards. I went heavy to light instead of light to heavy. Good. You don't want your body getting used to one mechanic, then adapting to it, and then fixing your body in a way that makes it easier for your body. You want to switch things up so it puts it in shock like, wait a minute, this is brand new. Now I've got to work harder and tell more things. One boar bone. Squirrel hide. Hey, I'm broke. I had money. Now I don't. Worth it. Well, it's true, Paul Shack. A lot of lips you do over and over again, the same style over and over again, and your body gets used to it. It becomes much easier, and then when you shake things up by doing that, what you just did, and your body's like, ow, 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 ow. Why'd you do this? Kinda sucks. So whether intentional or not, good on you. Imagine how happy Bales is for you. Which is really the person you want to impress the most, not you. A cat. Hey, trophy, let's go. Wasn't even trying to do that. A cleanse potion. Make one. Make two. Cures all elemental stats effects. Elemental defense 30 seconds. Cool. Traps. These are expensive, actually. Those. Or those. That's good. Yeah, I think everything's good right now. Pins and needles. Goodbye. Cool. That's all the upgrading I need to do. Now, since I'm so hell-bent on wasting time, it's only right that I play that game. I love this campsite, has different entrances.
Is there a reason you didn't want to dance with me last night?
Yikes, awkward conversation alert.
Aloy, please, have a seat.
Don't mind if I F-wording do. All right. Terrain and knockback tutorial. Let's do it.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all the different terrains you can encounter in a game of Strike. Knowing when and how to use them can mean the difference between victory and defeat. Terrain mainly affects your machine's combat power. As you know, when fighting an opponent's machine, you compare its combat power to yours. The higher your machine's combat power, the more damage you can do. So finding the right terrain is an essential strategy for overpowering your opponent. Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines.
Okay.
Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power.
Right.
It's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means their attack points aren't in play. So my combat power is 0. This means your machine can do 3 points of damage. Go ahead and test it out.
Okay.
There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just improve your offense. It can also help defend your machines from attack. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine.
Okay.
Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's standing on grassland terrain. This terrain has a value of 0. This means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground.
All right.
They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, The front of my machine is colored blue.
Right.
This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it. Which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens.
Okay.
Ha, see? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards.
Okay.
Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well.
Right.
That's why breaking a machine's defenses is a great way to deal damage to several pieces at once. Useful, right? Okay, now go ahead and end your turn. There's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains that work a little differently. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be placed on those. But it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left.
Okay.
See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I think that's enough yammering from me for now. Promise it'll all come in handy next time you play.
Neat. Is this multiplayer part of Horizon? Not that I'm aware of. I can't say with confidence that this turns into a multiplayer game later on. All right. Last tutorial.
Here for more tips?
Yep.
Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machines you place on the board. Each one is worth a certain number of setup points, and you can spend up to 10 assembling your army. Knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that matches your strategy is the key to becoming a machine strike master. When assembling your army, there are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine on the board at the same time.
More than 4 of the same machine.
With that in mind, most players would choose machines based on how far they can move or how much attack power they have.
Okay.
But a real strike player will be looking at a machine's type and skills. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that machine on your left.
How did you get your sound quality so good? A lot of finagling. You have to remember that I'm using a special mic that I like, my Shure Super 55, and that's running to a preamp so I can get up to line level, which just basically means making sure the microphone can be picked up at a reasonable volume. Then I have it running through a compressor, right? To help get rid of any unwanted noise, or to have a gate stop it from exceeding certain sounds, or it'll only activate when I make a certain level of noise. Like if I start to mumble like this, you can't hear it. It's physical. And then that goes into a mixer, which I have my mids and lows turned up because I naturally have a deeper voice when I speak naturally like this. And so if I don't have that turned up, I sound echoey and tinny, and my voice doesn't come out naturally the way it usually does. And then all that runs to my PC. And so the reason I have a physical compressor and a physical preamp and a physical mixer is so no matter where I go, whether it's Discord, OBS, vMix, Google Hangouts, what I'm saying? Skype. Every place I'm going to sound the exact same. Whereas if I didn't have any of this, in OBS, I might sound great, right? Because I'm using the OBS filter mixer. But then if I go to Discord, I sound different because there's no filter there. Or then I go somewhere else, use another audio program. Then I don't sound the same there because they don't have built-in mixers. That's why I wanted everything to be external and hardware-based. So anything I do, I'll sound the same everywhere. Hey, Bill. I'm eating a fat burrito right now. Yeah? What is on your fat burrito? Or in? Or on, actually?
All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponents. In other words, its machine type. If you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within range, and no one else. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff.
Yeah, Paul Shack, this is the microphone I got, I want to say 5 years ago. The compressor, the mixer I got 3.5 years ago. And the compressor I got a year ago-ish, almost 6 months ago. And the preamp I switched out for a new one like 3 months ago. It takes a lot of work. And a lot of finagling to make sure it gets it right. I've had many times on the stream where I sound like butt and they let me know. Then I get it fixed and everybody wins. Carne asada, guac, pico de gallo, beans, rice, and like a cabbage mix. It's enormous. I love those big, massive style burritos where you can't take one big bite. You have to bite to the side and then bite to the other side and this starts spilling out. So you just let it spill out and then you get a fork and you eat the remains like a separate meal. That's the business, man. Or you can get some tortilla chips and you just scoop up the remains and eat them like they're a dip. Man. Also the business.
Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the pieces. Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is a great way to take the advantage away from your opponent if they have the higher ground. Looks like we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its path, including your own. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you send it off to the races. You should also make sure it's able to finish its attack on an empty spot. Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things to do, so I made you a list. It's got all the tips and tricks we talked about, too. I think that about does it for now, so if you want to play a real game, just let me know.
Hey, Monster. Hello. Alt0153. Tofu. I told you I'd get a day stream in, so you could stop in proper. And here I am. At a daytime stream, as promised. Daytime enough. Beginner's practice, easy. Oh, I get rewards? I didn't know I actually got money for it. Oh. Why not? Beginner set. Shit. Okay. Plants, heals, and ground. Are you Eden? Are you an Eden savage boss? What happens when you do that? When you plant your heels in the ground, does it create a donut attack? Ooh, is it one of those donut spread attacks? Like in the Nier raids? Where it starts in one circle, then the next circle, then the next circle, and repeats in a shockwave fashion? Or when you plant your heels in the ground, do rocks fall down like in Titan? What happens? I want to make sure I get it right. We back? Welcome back, John. Oh, massive raid-wide, mitigate, and shield accordingly. All right, what if I do the Adrian classic, Tofu, which is, I won't need to mitigate. I can survive it. I want to save my mitigation for the next attack. Don't worry, I can live through it. Trust. No healing? Guess not. No, not that. It's between Naja and I? Alright, bet. When I plant heels in the ground, I wait a few months watering them in full legs curl. Sounds very Elder Scrolls of you. Tofu, if I had on heels and I planted my heels in the ground, you know what happened? That square would take on a property. And then I move around the board. And then I press my heels down somewhere else in the board.
No, I'm glad you
And
decided to play
you would have to
Aloy.
designate
This is
someone
fun.
in the group to keep track of where I planted my heels and what color it was when I planted. And then about 3 minutes later, I would do a raid-wide attack based on what color it was. Usually job-related, tank, DPS, or healer. And I would hope that you remembered where I planted my heel, what type had to be there. And you would need knockback immunity too. Burrower. Put it anywhere I want to, huh? Be some love, heart breaking, soul shaking.
Time to get serious.
Y'all move. I need a
That's
small
it for
loan
me.
of exactly 5,000 septums to reach exactly 77,777 septums. Please give. I don't even like the words you just spoke to me. So no.
A single machine left? That ain't good.
I'm gonna lose my machine, but that's okay. I got the high ground.
Let's see.
Oh, that's right. If you defeat a machine, you get the cake
Your
mix.
turn.
I get 2 turns guaranteed.
Time to make my move.
Smart.
Board's all yours. like I lost.
Oh, it's like I lost. That was kind of fun. Did you hear the Endwalker's relic weapons be tied to Hildebrand? Yeah, Naj and I were talking about that. We were doing the Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, aka the unnecessarily black stream. This past last Saturday, we were talking about that, and I couldn't help but laugh maniacally that everyone has to suffer through the worst person possible just to do relic. I would never. I just wouldn't have relic. That's just me. That's just how I'm built. Hell yeah, Hildebrand? No. Yeah, Bill, come on back. Bring back your potato salad, your little potato paladin. Haha, looks like I lost. If only everyone could be like that, Tofu. If only everyone, when they play games like League, you know what I mean, or Hearthstone, could be just like that. Haha, I lost. Ah, well, GG's, okay? Until next time. Instead, we
Come
don't
back
hear that.
anytime, Red.
Eyes up here, sister.
Makes me sick. What, Hildebrand? I was getting ready to say it could be worse, but I don't think it could. I don't think anybody's worse than Hildebrand, actually. They already had Harshathon involved in some BS, right? Hildebrand's next. The only person that would put in the same level as Harshathon and Hildebrand might be Hancock. But Hancock and Lolorito are more about the person rather than just not liking them in general.
How could there be an underground city in
Actually, that's not true, because I hate his glasses, too. Hancock wears whack glasses. So never mind, I would put Hancock the same way as Harshathon and Hildebrand. Last time I resubbed, I logged in, saw the state of my retainers, bags, abilities, and bars, logged out, no luck in for remainder of my month sub. That's why you sub for 2 months. 1 month to clean back up and hit a training dummy for an hour and a half per day like I do. And then 1 month later to be officially back. You feel me? Haha, I lost Unsheathed Sword. I wish she would. Monster, I wish she would. Watch what happened. Watch what would happen. It would not be Purdy. Put it that way. But what's up, Monster, Bill, and Tofu? I hope you're all enjoying your various Saturdays, except for Tofu. I mean, Sofu's on Saturday. Actually, never mind. Tofu and Monster, you're both on Saturday. I hope Bill's enjoying your Friday. Well, not your Friday. I hope Bill's enjoying his Friday and that you two are enjoying your Saturday.
Olvin can't just ignore us like this, can he? We almost died because of him.
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnold throw his crutch at him?
Hey, I couldn't help but overhear the commotion. Are you all in a state of disarray? Can I help you?
I see you all made it back.
Hammer and tongs. That they did, Huntress. They tell me you blasted through the problem. Lokuf here came back trembling like a twig.
Hey!
What's important is everyone made it out. No thanks to Olvin.
Have you talked to him yet?
We're on the waiting list.
Doesn't have the guts to face all of us at once.
We need to stick together, in case he decides to send his goons over. You're all banged up as it is. I can deal with Olvin. You don't need to stick around.
We know, you old hammer.
Just stay safe.
That was a cute little conversational piece. Hi, Jess. The only reason I'm paying for my sub is to keep my house. Gotta pay rent on a digital and a physical house. It's better than waiting till you get the email. This is like you really get demolition notices. You ever think about that? That's funny.
I need to make this right.
This is a notice that you are in line for demolition unless you log back into your house. Yoshi P say feel free to unsub if you want to. Yoshi P say that? That's Adrian energy. You know what? Feel free to unsub.
Why?
Does this mean you're buying us all drinks then?
Not if I drink the tavern dry first.
Oh, hi! Ohio. When did this little kid get here? Have you always been here? Did you just bump into me and fall backwards a little bit?
Must be someone round here worth talking to.
I got news for you. There's not.
Never change.
Wow, she is wasted. Everyone's drunk in this town. All right, talk to me.
Savior, what news do you bring?
Picked up the bristleback trail by the quarry. Looks like they stampeded out of a mine at the back of the valley.
The mine? How could a herd of bristlebacks come from there?
I'm not sure, but Ulvin's workers were using explosives to tap the tunnels inside.
For the love of Dawn, I told him it wasn't worth the risk. Those tunnels, they run for miles underground, even beyond the Daunt. No, you don't think...
That Ulvin's blasting opened up a passage from the other side?
Perhaps. Yes, perhaps. If this is true, we need confirmation. An inquiry. So thorough, so irrefutable, endorsed by the Savior.
All right, I'll keep looking. I need to go.
Of course.
I need to go.
If I'm gonna find out where the bristlebacks came from, I need to head further west. Another reason to get the embassy going?
Oh yeah, every time he's asked about no content, he's like, we want you to go play other games. You don't have to stay subbed. Unless you have a house, haha, you dipshit loser. Yeah. I like that approach. And the thing is, Yoshi P will say it with a bow, too. That's the worst part. It's like respectful disrespect. You know what I mean? No content. I understand that. We do our best to put out content as often as we can. We understand there's a lot of experiences available out there. We encourage to go out there and explore other titles as well. Son of a bitch.
Took out all the bristlebacks.
He'll be back, though. We're not worried about it. They always come back. Keep convincing yourself you're better than this. You're not. Meanwhile, you weep silently because Yoshi P's right. This is as good as it gets.
I had a spear like that, I could have beaten them bristleback.
What's good? Studious.
The way to Barren Light is clear. Get moving.
We're not errant vanguardsmen. I will move only when the captain
When
says.
I've cleared out all the bristlebacks, which I have. Captain's orders.
So they're okay.
Banged up, but breathing. And waiting up ahead for you.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light, buddies. Like Aloy said, Captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Is he gonna drag that entire thing? A rickshaw? With boulders and rocks? Ain't no way. Downhill? That's tough.
Now that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through it, I'll be able to track down Silence. Hades. Maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light. Or poke around the Daunt some more first.
What's up, Scuba Gaming 1? Is this the strongest man alive? It's either the strongest man alive or Sisyphus?
Right, let me tell you.
Manifested? Ooh, new quest? But I already did quest. Why would you give me new quest? I already did other quest. Is that an STI? Shut up. That was a good one, though. That was a good one. Good one, John. High five. Where am I going? Ugh. Sisyphus, I'll do it myself. Takes rock downhill. I don't know what this quest is, Tofu, but I dedicate it to you no matter what it is.
Aloy, back for more, huh? Another round here? Heard you've been busy. As for me, I'm gonna need a few more of these before I get back to the forge.
Is there something on your mind?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place running again. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends.
My dude's just playing Five Finger Fillet by himself. Look at him. He has the exact same expression on his face that he did when he was playing the game.
Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees out from Sunfall. To come all this way enduring Forge knows what.
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
Looking for a new home, I gather. They're camped out by an old trailhead, southwest of here. And therein lies the problem. A Stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage ever since. But the refugees have barred entrance. Mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual. Something about finding a twilight path.
Huh. Never heard them talk about that before.
Yeah, well, these particular Shadow Carja are an odd bunch. But overall, they're peaceful folk. Not that it matters to Talland. He'll crack some heads to get to that salvage. Maybe you could swing by, convince him to set up camp somewhere else?
What else can you tell me about the Shadow Carja refugees?
Well, they don't call themselves Shadow Carja for one. At least, not anymore. They're some other brand of sun-crazed. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they're peaceful through and through. Don't seem to want for nothing except a place to live, pray, and just enough food to keep from starving.
So they're just camped outside by a trail, blocking entry to a wrecked Stormbird, waiting for what exactly?
Don't rightly know, but I'll tell you this. Should they ever wise up and salvage it, a Stormbird heart is worth a lot. And if they get there first, then by Ostrom law, it's theirs. Not that Tolan Cleanbrokers ever lost sleep over any law breaking.
Ooh, another round? Yeah? Tofu, would you like some?
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt.
You're a pig. Blasted things, those bristlebacks. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But bless the bellows, you cleared them out and got this place working again. That put a dent in Olvin's plans. Now, if only there were some way to smash them all together and run them out of town.
But how could bristlebacks in the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Carja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
About that, I think the bristlebacks came out of Olvin's old mine.
Now there's a spark that could light a fire. Can you prove it?
I'm working on it.
By the forge. Grab my ear if you nail it down.
Tofu, that's been their entire interaction. Twice I've sat down to speak with her, and twice she's interacted with that dude who's just been chilling and just doing random things. like making random noises, playing Five Finger Fillet, and she always just gets up and threatens him and goes back to her business.
Who is this Tolland clean broker?
Just some chuff-huffing pondsman. Got a shop here in town. Lived in Chainscrape since there was a Chainscrape. He and Ulvin go back a ways. Like a pair of coals and a campfire, those two.
So Tolland works for Ulvin?
Ha! Ulvin might think so, but Tolland scrapes up his own scams. And he ain't the type to let a few refugees get between him and Stormbird salvage.
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll talk to the refugees. Try to convince them to move.
Much appreciated. They have it rough. Don't need Tolland making it rougher.
Just ate and you're sleepy?
Tolland has a shop here in Chainscrape. I could have a word with him first.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I'm hungry as well. Well, I'm hungry, not as well. I want to be in the state of having just eaten. And I'm going to. After stream. I'm gonna have some chili. You know? Some meat, some beans, some spices, some corn tortilla chips, some cheese.
Or the person catching?
Smash.
Oh.
That dude sniffles. Petra. Dude. Yes. That is 1000% the interactions they have. Like, you joke, but that's exactly how it goes.
I'm sorry, I'll be right with you.
Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's overkill.
It's a weapon. Kill is the point.
Not if it blows the user's arm off. No, just stop talking.
Where are we? Ah! So, you look like someone who's always searching for a new weapon. Am I right?
Actually,
But you're just nuts! I am with a customer!
I'm not a customer.
I got it! Triple the powder. It'll blow a Strider sky high. Ba-boom. One-shot kill. Guaranteed.
Maybe I am.
Then you are in the right place at the right time, Red! How would you like to be the proud owner of the world's first machine-enhanced,
explosive, done in one, machine wrecking,
yet perfectly safe, javelin thrower?
I love these two. I can't believe this game so far has introduced me to like 7 black people. And like 5 people of Asian descent. And lots of women. I can't believe it's like it's proof that it can be done in a game naturally. How cool is that? Who are you two?
Are you two from around here?
Nah, the claim. Dad sent us out west in search of some unknown opportunity. Said we'll know it when we see it.
Sounds like you had other ideas.
Let's just say that opening another trading post for my parents isn't how I want to make my mark in this world. I imagine traveling alone must be nice.
So she's your partner?
My apprentice and my sister. She's why we're out here. There was an incident. Another incident.
Involving explosives?
Ba-boom! And Dad's precious homebrew. He shipped us out the next day.
Huh.
Ba-boom.
Tell me more about this weapon of yours.
Saw a scroll when I was a kid by some Karja scholar who wandered out west. Had a scary drawing of a Tenakth warrior hunting with a kind of javelin thrower. Effective? Yes. Basic? Undoubtedly. But coming out here made me remember it, and I am on the brink of vastly improving the tool's archaic design.
Whereas I will perfect it.
I can use machine parts to enhance the user's throw, increase the projectile's velocity. Well, Boomer here is adamant that enhancing the projectile is better. Namely with explosive tips.
Boomsticks.
Why not both?
That could work. There's one small snag. I need the parts to make the first working model.
Well, for starters, I'll need charger horns. intact.
Yeah, that. Just be sure to shoot them off before the machine goes down. Otherwise, they break. But the real innovation, and keep it to yourself, is a fanghorn rib.
There's a mean one east of here. Blow it sky high.
Boomer! You get him for me. It's yours. My treat.
You have a deal.
Hey, son. How's this game look so gorgeous? Not only does this game look so gorgeous, I'm playing it on the PlayStation 4 Pro. This is not a PS5. It's a PS5 game, but I'm not playing it on PS5. And it still looks beautiful. Slides Adrian his sausage to finish omelet. Thank you, you remembered. Asterix catches omelet just before it hits the ground. Like a glove. I'm gonna go refill my water bottle up. While I'm gone, Tofu's in charge. Langhorn rib. Ride a charger. Gather charger horns. First things first, let's do the embassy before we do the side quest stuff. Say hi to my coworkers? No. I pretend to not know you.
I could get around faster if I find a charger to override. I can override one of these chargers. I have to go on quiet so I won't spook the herd. I'll have to find a cauldron out here to learn how to override that.
Nice. Can you move, please? Giddy up! Accelerate! What you mean? Nice. Where was the headed? Wow, what a big world out there, huh? Unknown settlement, go to the Twilight Karja camp. Go to Barren Light. Where's Barren Light? Oh, it's way down there. They want me to really go. Nah. I got other things to do first. Got side quests to do, homie. That's so cool. What else was I gonna do? Inventory, what we got? Tools, we Gucci. Got 5 skill points to spend, didn't spend them yet. Gotta do what? Gotta get a charge or something here? Twilight Path. Off to Tolland. Oh! Oh, do I already have all the things I need for it? Oh, talk to Tolland optional. And a bigger boom. Yeah, let's do that actually. Right? Gotta get charger horns and also a fanghorn rib.
hand, down!
Chill. Got it. Nice.
I should have enough charger horns for Dolan Boom, you know? Just need a rib from that fang horn they were talking about.
Nice, nice, nice. Made it look easy.
Could set that machine on fire.
I still love the way she says that, because the machine on fire. You did not just burrow underground after I set you ablaze. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't do it. No. G-g-g-g-g. He won't. Burrows are sneaky. They are sneaky. You okay, buddy? I can use shards to repair you? That's wild. Oh, that's a lot of money to repair, but okay.
Now they're mad.
What do you mean you're scared? Just go down here. What do you mean? That was extraordinarily easy. Wow. You are strong. You can use shards in Zero Dawn too? I almost never did mount combat. I had no idea. That's new information to me. Oh, that's awesome. Ouch! Slow your roll. Deadeye. Nice job. Machine kill assist. Nice job, friend.
Cauldrons could teach me how to override these machines. But where would they be?
Like you just spawned. You had to have just spawned. Whoa! Bad. bet. Nice try.
Made that count.
Why are they fighting so hard? Like, chill. I knew I heard you. Dun 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 dun. What's up, Deco? Hold on, I'm fighting for my life right now. It's tough out here. No, I'm better now, Deco. I'm good. Life fighting is over. I've survived. Just threw a spear into from short range. Do what you gotta do. Enjoy not fighting for your life. I like that your energy, no matter what, is affirmation and positivity for me. You're looking out. Oh, that's cool. What about you, Deco? Are you fighting for your life? All right. Fighting yesterday. Oh yeah, NCAA 14. But yeah, DNS, that isn't even the first time they've done that. The Jurassic Park style raptor attack. You think you're fighting one, next thing you know, SpaghettiOs, you look behind you, and dun 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 dun. I guess you just got. You thought you wouldn't? Oh no. But you did. The end. You lost the game in quintuple overtime. I don't know how you recover from that. I'm not sure I would have been able to.
Could freeze that machine.
Shit. Where the hell's it going? Not through the bushes. No way. They gaming?
Got a piece of it.
Mother.
There's the Fanghorn. Gonna have to take it down.
Uh-oh.
with its red.
Wait. I wasn't ready for this. Clearly. I pressed heal. I can't believe that just happened to me. I have a freshman QB, a young O-line, still running backs with some talent at receiver. I'm just amazed you lost the game, Deco. You know, that tells me you're playing the game the right way now. Good on you. You lost 2 games. Gasp. Oh, my last save. The toxicity of my pity. Damn society. Disorder. Disorder.
Fire arrow can make that explode.
Could you explode a little less loudly? Like, that was a loud explosion. I feel like you can explode all that loudly. No. We went head to head in the air. That was awesome. That was actually pretty cool.
I should have enough charger horns for Della and Boomer now. Just need a rib from
I love just seeing the animal parts everywhere. The machine parts. Oh my god! What does the matter with you? I don't even got beef with you. Chill. I got 0 beef with you. Oh my god. Oh my god. You hit your own pimp. That's what you get. You over here just grazing. Just not out coaching bad athletes. Are you having more fun with the game now? Now that you're playing with power? Superpower? Man, guys show favoritism? Sucks. What a gorgeous game, honestly. You know, honestly, Deco, the best part is that I know you just go out there and you're trying to play your game, you know? Put a lot of confidence in your players and give them the tools they need to succeed, and sometimes it's all you need to make sure you have a coach that believes in you. You just go out there and you play your game. Every game's a chance to lose or win, and luckily you're full of a talented roster that set expectations that the only way you're going to get out of this is together. You just go out there and hopefully get the dub. You know what I mean? Why are you so pressed down there?
Here we go.
Shut up. I cannot believe I just did that.
Gonna have to take it down to get its rib.
You can't reach me, right? Yo, foul. Oh my god. Hello. Nope. I'm being hunted right now. doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom.
Got everything I need for Giant Boomer. Now, see about that weapon of theirs.
Good bunch of student athletes who work hard on the field and off the field in the classroom. Working hard and making an impact in the community. Good young men. All work, and unfortunately not everybody can play, but everybody competes at practice, and those are almost the sense of the game. Sometimes we gotta slow down. That 2K energy, let's go. That basic coach energy, I love it. I love coach talk. Some people have accused your boys of being a danger to other players because of how hard they hit. What do you say? I think they're a danger to themselves, you know, with the way practice is going. But, you know, it's just for the love of the game, you know. Put on the show for the fans, of course. We love right here. Always go out there and doing our best for them. But it's just, you know, at the end of the day, they're going out there and just playing hard for their team, playing hard for their community and the spirit of the game, you know. It's a team-based system and team-based sport. And you just go out there and compete. Gives ourselves a chance to win every time. How do you expect to beat other team so-and-so in the next week? You know, it's just a matter of taking it one game at a time. You know, you can't play a game that hasn't happened yet. So we treat every game as the hardest game possible. To us, playoffs don't start at the end of the year. Every game is a playoff game. We just got to treat it that way. If you get into the mentality of treating every game as a playoff game, then once the playoffs do arrive, you're already mentally prepped for it. That's why we go out there and compete as hard as we can every single time. And we just make sure we play insert mascot basketball, insert mascot football every single time, every day, all day. You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, and we keep a winner's mentality, winner's attitude all the time. All right, good luck out there, Coach. All right, thanks. Getting track flashbacks. You ran track? Did you go out there and compete your hardest every single time and leave it out in the track every single game, every single meet, respecting the integrity of the sport, giving it your all, making sure you give 110%. If you give 100, it just means you aren't trying hard enough. That's the mentality we carry around here is 110. If you can do 110, you can do 120. And hell, sometimes you find yourselves going out there and giving 200%. Reading this conversation and going in a chapel in oblivion and praying to each individual altar. Coach high-fiving the whole team pre or post match. Beautiful. Love it, Monster. I love that for you. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, the camera doesn't go that far out. Damn it. Listen, I recruited this kid, met his parents and his whole family. Not a malicious bone in his body. I mean, really great kid. Tough hits happen, but football is a violent game. We teach our players to hit the right way and play the right way and hope for the best. We got to do coach interviews for 24? We do. Absolutely have to. You know, I think one thing the media forgets about is that these are kids. You know, these are young adults. And they got the whole lives ahead of them. And, of course, you don't want to take that life away from them, you know, over the silly game we call football. Because that's what it is, you know, at the end of the day, it's just another game we play. You know, it's a game we play as kids, and we're fortunate to be in this position to play it, you know, as adults. But we never want to take away some kid's future just so we can watch the score grow up or, you know, get a championship. Things do happen, but we do our best to mitigate those things from happening. And I think we do a pretty good job at that. Love me some Coach Speak. Feel like remember the Titans. Love me some contact, PD. Love me some contact. You really hit him. It's the left side. Oh, this is hot. It's a hot photo. Absolutely, coach. You know, there are so many concerns at the youth and child level with football, and they're valid, but sometimes you gotta get a little CTV to make it to the league. Jesus. I mean, sometimes you gotta put in the extra 25% and play to the whistle. Every down matters. I can't get enough.
Can't trade for this.
That's what makes Steve Kerr and Coach Pop so special. Is hearing them take part in that. Email Idoka's kind of getting there. A little bit. I kind of miss hearing Avery Johnson do interviews like that. Our boys, you know, those men out there, they just looking to play some basketball. It's a hard playoff foul because it's regular season, but there is no regular season for the San Antonio Spurs. Every game's a playoff game. We're doing our best out there. Now the refs may miss some calls, but we don't talk about those things. You know, we take accountability for everything. Minimal answer, Coach Pop is the best, Coach Pop. Coach Pop, looks like the Pistons got on a run out there and put you guys at a large deficit. What do you think was the biggest takeaway and biggest difference between the Pistons' large lead and the Spurs' deficit at halftime? They scored more points than we did. As soon as you hear that, you're like, oh, Lord, get me through these next two questions, please. Please get me through these next two questions, God. I know you didn't. I thought you were gonna move. Put your faith in me and I'll show you. Hell to the nah, to the nah, nah, nah. That's an aggressive stance you got over there. Better fall back, Playboy. I see you looking at me like that. Don't do this. Better fall back.
Turn this around.
Stop it. Quit it. You won't. Come on with it. Mother. I'm quite sad. I'm very sad. Who is this Aloy I see? That's a petty shot right there. That's just me being mad that happened to me. I don't even want to fight this thing that badly. I'm just being petty. I already got everything I need. I need to skedaddle. They made shots and we didn't. Yeah. Well, Coach, what do you think your team needs to do offensively to turn the tide? We got to make more shots. Thanks, Coach. Yeah, he's goated. He's goated for sure. Love that. He's even better post-game. You know what I mean? Coach Pop, you've had a young stud in DeJounte Murray who, of course, came from nothing and worked his way up and grinded. He's thankful to God. Yes. And he tries his best every game. Yes. And now he's an all-star. I don't understand. Are you going to ask the question or what is it? What do you want to know about DeJounte? What role did you play in making him an all-star? What role did I play as his head coach? I coached him. He's always been an all-star. I didn't do anything he couldn't have already done himself. Golly, these questions. And then as soon as you hear that, everyone gets real nervous. Like, you can ask a question? I ain't gonna ask a question. You can ask a question? I ain't gonna ask a question. I didn't answer the question. Shit, he already answered it. I ain't gonna ask him nothing. You ask him. All these. I think this is Pop's last year. I think so too. Yeah. Gonna miss him. That's my coach. I'm a Dallas Mavericks man. That's my coach. That's my coach because Don Nelson's been gone. And Rick Carlisle's gone. And I have reservations about Jason Kidd as a human being. Not as a player. Sometimes as a coach. You know, being the Bucks coach and now the Mavericks coach and putting defense in their mind, but I don't know. He does a good job, though, for the most part, especially on the defensive end. And coaching up his young point guards, too. Was he a Nets coach? I'd have to look it up. I don't remember. Maybe. A lot of cats don't understand how much goes into coaching, too. That's the hard part of anything. I mean, I remember one time on Twitter, Stan Van Gundy finally responded to someone who was saying that, who was it they were criticizing? They said Steve Nash wasn't making any proper adjustments. And Stan Van Gundy said on TV he's making adjustments. There's nothing he can do against Boston. Some guy was like, LOL, Stan, that he had making no adjustments at all. You know what you're talking about? And then Stan Van Gundy proceeded to list every single thing that, whether it was Nash or the coaching staff, did to put themselves in position to win. You know, listing everything, switch from a box end one to putting pressure on the screen and rolls, having them flare out on the screens, show on the top pick and rolls at the top of the screen to make more room for that and allow Jason Tatum to penetrate and not kick it out to the other shooters. And I was like, all right, Stan. Woke up big mad today. I like that. Sometimes the internet just be speaking and saying things with their mouthpieces.
It's you. The machine hunter that bailed out the Karja.
Never heard it put that way before.
What do you want?
Heard you've been hassling refugees up by the cliffs.
Yeah, well, you heard wrong. There's salvage up there. A Stormbird. Nailed it myself with the harpoon here in town. Not an easy shot if I do say so myself. It clipped its wing, and it crashed into the old tower up there. Killed it quick. Yeah, so if anyone's hassling anyone, it's the Shadow Karja filth that's blocking the way up to my claim.
And you're ready to crack some skulls to get to it?
No need. It's a raggedy bunch. Probably all starved before I have to lift a finger.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah, we will, won't we? Now shop's closed to Karja lovers. On your blasted way.
Kinda wanna take this dude out. I cannot. What's up, Nexus Rebound? Hello, Adrian. Hello, classroom. Hello. A lot of your classmates are AFK right now or lurking. But welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. You smell good. A new conditioner you got? Hope so. I'd feel weird if I was just making that up. Wouldn't be your problem. Bigger boom. I love these two up here so much.
High time you made up your mind. So let's hear it.
What up, gang?
I know that look. You've got all the parts, haven't you?
Here you go.
Outstanding! I only need a few minutes to finish the prototype.
I'll take the version that won't blow my arms off. Thanks.
What's that look for?
Hi.
So did you blow up any machines to get the parts? Or any bandits?
You really like explosions, huh?
Here we go.
With the boomsticks?
Oh, you betcha.
Is it safe?
Probably.
Can I have one?
No!
Aw.
Cause we're gonna make you something even better.
Ba-boom!
She 1000% reminds me of the enchantment kid from Dragon Age. Enchantment? Enchantment! It's hot here. I'm just here to chill with one of the coolest streams on the platform. Damn, that's slick stuff.
Don't explode.
Like hearing that. Spike throwers launch powerful projectiles that can hit enemies at long range. Due to their long build-up, they have a slow rate of fire and cannot be used while jumping or crouching. Must be thrown at full throttle in order to penetrate armor. Okay. A bigger boom.
How about a blast swing, but with triple the ammo? Do you know how much blaze that would use? No way.
That's it. I gotta equip it first. Ammo. Dun 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 dun. There it is. I don't really use the Nora Thunder Sling that much right now. So I'll use that instead. Edit coils. No coils unlocked because I haven't upgraded it yet. Edit coils. Hey! Using overdraw. Nice. So overdraw is going to hurt. I did coil something that I'm not even using any longer, but that's okay. Nice. I'm going to take it to the bench. Let me upgrade you really quickly. Got 6 of them spikes. This is such a fun game. It's the most fun combat, I think. You might ask yourself, out of what, Adrian? I would say the world. About to upgrade this spike thrower. Make sure it's not Garbo. Aw, Mochi, that was nice of you. Mochi, you're the best. Like no one ever was. Let me upgrade you. Nice. I don't know if I like it enough to do a double upgrade. Let's just pump the brakes on that one really quickly. Slot. I'm using this armor exclusively, so I'll do that. Fully upgraded. Got enough of these. There we go.
I'm running around naked with an apple in my mouth.
Yo, what is that story my dude's telling? I'm running around naked with an apple in my mouth. Kind of want to hear the end of that, because I don't know how it's going to proceed, but I am curious. Melee defense, plasma defense, purge water damage. How about against melee attacks? There we go. Good. Right. We've modified. Got it. Another tutorial notebook thingy. Hello, streamer. Hello, Super Anago. Clickety clack. Happy hour to you. Embassy's the main quest right now. But also, Twilight Path is a thing. Good campfire over there. Let's do that. Let's campfire travel. I received a gift sub to this content, so I decided to stop by and see what it was all about. Nothing worth bragging about.
Well, I hope a bristleback tripped him up.
Apologies. You've been hornswoggled, bamboozled, run amok, and led astray. Sorry. Open time, you can... You too lazy to click the X button? Me too. I'm not too lazy to click my X's button. Cute, 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 cute. Let me do a manual save, because I haven't done one of those in a minute. Thought my game was about to freeze, and I was about to punch myself in the butt. Luckily now I don't have to. Alright, let's get it. Yeah, I'm fully equipped. I'm kitted out. I'm kitted out, digging deeper just to throw it away. I'm kitted out, digging deeper just to throw it away. Just to throw it away. I'm kitted out. Opened up these scars. Wait, I have a mount, don't I? What's up, friendo Nintendo? Let's go.
Be welcome, Outlander.
No, monster. No catching me in 4K. Not my own stream. I know better. I wasn't going to do anything. I'm just sitting here, reading my Bible, playing some video games. You know what it is. Nothing nefarious. This is so peaceful. What do y'all mean? What'd you say? I don't understand. I'm just chilling. What do you mean?
Those people are under attack.
Hey! You up there! Aren't you gonna help?
Not my job. I'm just here to keep an eye on things for the Chainscrape.
Let's try this out. Yeah. Knock their ass down. You reached? I teach. I don't understand how you're actually hitting me like that. That's wild.
Get to safety.
What is this?
Go, Lakasha. I'll help the Nora.
I have a name. Yo, what is this? Me against the world. Smoke bomb. Duffed. Duffed and duffed. No. Chill. We chilling? What? What do you mean clunk? Woo! Nice try. This thing is wildin'. That explosive damage is actually amazing.
That's the last of them. Better check on the refugees.
Like, I legit dive out of the way, and then I take damage afterwards. Because of that explosive damage. The initial melee swing doesn't hit, then that explosive stuff happened. Really cool attacks. I'm at work. We can't say NSFW stuff here. I believed in you, Adrian. What do you mean? I didn't say anything NSFW. I'm chilling. Mochi, please. Betrayal. What's the matter, buddy? You okay? Yeah, you good. Too far? Yeah, I guess it was too far. I didn't even see this. Just take that. I will approach you all in one moment, but for now I must refill my provisions. And also take out that one dude who was on the mountaintop just cheering and hooting and hollering the entire time. Like it was UFC. But to find out if you want 2 CDs. Never mind, I can't say that. Mochi believes in me. Can't betray that trust. I got you, Mochi, don't worry. You know what it is. My health's been suffering a little bit. There's a lot of question marks up here.
Lie still.
What happened, Chieftain?
Is it bad, Lakasha?
Shh, now. Everything will be fine.
Is everyone okay?
Bruised, but not buried. Our order will live to see another day.
Are you sure about that?
We're no strangers to hardship, Nora. We've crossed half the Sundom with no more than the clothes on our backs. And as soon as our Sun Priest returns, our path will be clear. For now, we wait.
Well, you're better off waiting somewhere else. Your people need shelter. There's a town east of...
Chainscrape. Yes. We know of it. Savohar says it's not suitable for us.
Who?
Our Sun Priest. Our order has made it this far thanks to his guiding light.
Okay, and where is this Savohar?
He went up to the tower to meditate 3 days ago, and he won't come down until the sun shows him the way to our new home. The fallen storm bird is an omen, he said. And of course, it must be.
I see. And how long do you plan on waiting for him?
Until he returns. He will return.
Man, that dude's up there eating chicken McNuggets. Talking about he will return. He's chilling up there. He's probably got his feet up on an ottoman, watching the game.
Your priest, Savohar. You said he's been up there 3 days?
His meditation can't be rushed.
So he does this often? Meditating for days on end?
Well, it doesn't usually take this long. But he will guide us through. He always has. We have faith.
Sure, but shelter looks like a more pressing concern. There's an Oseram in Chainscrape, Tolland. He wants the Stormbird up there.
Yes. He was here just yesterday. A very unpleasant man, even by Oseram standards. He made all manner of threats. But we will not be intimidated.
That's all well and good, but he's got friends. Sooner or later, his whole gang will show up.
Savohar will come through. He always does. We just need to give him more time.
You're out of time, Lakasha. You need to consider packing up and...
We won't leave him. And we won't let others disrupt his meditation.
Well, they're going to try. You're Shadow Karja, aren't you?
We are the Order of Twilight.
The difference being...
When the usurper Avad killed his father, we fled with the Karja in shadow to Sunfall. Our lives there were difficult. Savohar saw our misery, lifted us up, protected us from the corrupt priests and heartless kestrels. When their rule ended, Savohar led us from the Shadowlands. The long night ends, and the setting sun will lead us to salvation, he said. And so he named us the Order of Twilight. We journeyed west in search of a better life.
Why didn't you go back to Meridian?
Avad is a patricide. We will not kneel to the likes of him. We must walk in twilight to our new home. Savohar will lead us there.
So dismissive.
Look at yourselves. Those machines nearly wiped you out. And Osram thugs are watching you, just waiting to strike. You're in danger here. You need to grab Savohar and get out.
Paul Shack, you look great.
Our situation. This is the worst we've endured. I know we cannot stay here, but without Savohar to guide us, I don't...
Let me up there. And I'll convince him it's time to move on.
But his meditation... If he hasn't received his vision, he won't follow.
At least let me check on him. If he's been up there for days.
Yes. Yes, that is sensible, I suppose. Please, be careful. The trail up to the tower is falling apart. Savohar is strong, but it could not have been an easy climb.
It rarely is.
Let the Nora pass.
They really do keep calling me the Nora. Like I have no other taglines, no other identity except for that. My identity is the Nora, and that's it.
I'll put these in my pack.
Nice job, monster. Now it's time for you to brag to all your comrades. Why are you grabbing people, Mimo? You can't just touch people and grab them like that. Grabbing people's whole ass heads. Well, that climb is gonna be difficult. Damn, you weren't tripping, were you? You really say with your whole chest it's gonna be a difficult climb, and I said, bet, show me. I just looked and I'm like, huh, a difficult climb actually? That looks like a difficult climb. I want to live right here in this small pond, under this baby waterfall.
Looks like I should head up.
Not that one. Easy. I was hoping they would look a bit more impressed by what I just did, but they do not care. So it is written, and so it shall come to pass. Love watching Aloy climb. She's so good at it. Let's go. Okay. On to the next one. On to the next one. Video. Big games. Scrap piles way up there. Nothing over here. Some butterflies. Out here butterflying. Nothing noteworthy, it seems like. Okay. I have this awful feeling I'm gonna be attacked very soon. Something worse than the cliffside battle.
Part of the ladder. Akasha was right. The trail's in bad shape. This looks recent. Must have broken off when Savohar climbed up here.
Went past the question mark? He is further up. Whatever it is, it should be right here, right? This little pathway down here. Oh. Whatever is important and has value should be right here. I'm right on top of whatever it is. It's almost underground, it looks like, beneath me. Oh, maybe it's in this waterfall. Maybe it's a cave right there, and you go inside. Oh, I bet that's true. I'll come back to that then. Yeah, because it's definitely below me. Yeah. Good. I was concerned for a moment that I was no longer good at video games. I don't know what I would have done if that were true. I just grab this. Thank you. Moving on up. Keep ascending. That's so cool. Aloy is just so cool. Fail bloom, you know what it is. Cliff sides over there. Is it relevant to my interest? That goes right there.
I can reach those beams if I jump against the cliff.
Nice. Good look, Aloy.
Hope this tastes as good as it looks.
The keys? Now, Aloy, I'm not gonna have you out here eating keys. Okay, never mind. Nice. Shout out to Prince of Persia. Shout outs to Prince of Persia.
Okay, now how to climb higher.
Ooh, there's a little inlet right here. She said, how do I climb higher? That ladder's looking rough, boyo. You want to be Aloy when you grow up? So do I.
Ladder must have broken off after Savahar passed through. I need to find another way up.
Maybe what I can do is I can find some rocky hillsides and leave behind some ladders for you and just hope you find them and ascend them. Of course, thought to have some kind of reward or some product worth investing into, so that when you ascend, you don't feel like you wasted your time. Gosh, she's so cool. I want that plant that badly.
A broken bridge. I might be able to make the jump to the other side.
Let's hope so, friendo Nintendo. It's a plant down there, but it ain't worth it. Everything worked better than expected.
That's a lot of blood. Savahar's?
Oh god, that is a lot of blood.
He must have hurt himself pretty bad getting over the bridge. It's not looking good. Looks like he left a trail. I can. There's the Stormbird. Getting closer.
This is so F-wording cool. Wow. Would you look at that? This is so cool. Even this pathway alone is putting this game in my Game of the Year listing. This is so good. They really outdid themselves with this game.
Machines. Sabahar must have snuck past them. I could probably slip past them. Or take them out.
Or take them out. Come on, Aloy. You said that out loud, but I think we both know what direction we're going to take, right? I could probably sneak past them. Or take them out. Yeah, or take them out. About to hit them with the come on knock on my door special. Come and knock on my door. I've been waiting for you. I'm about to bust they ass. Three's company too. Can I Adrian this cliff? Almost. I think I was already up there. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's not worry about it. Nothing up that way. Are they? Aloy? No snitching. This looks like an intense battle site. Okay.
Oh, Rick. Well, how
taking that one.
Welcome to OK.
Taking that one. Scrap pile. I don't need that badly. Still want to mark it just in case. Oh shit! Hello, Nina. One of my favorites in the entire world. Allow me one moment. I'm currently doing some stealth. But of course, I will welcome you back. Welcome back to the classroom right here on twitch.tv/Okaydrian. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Moogsy. I like how you came in full caps and then your correction was stealth, actually. What's up, Quinn? Way the tall grass moves to the wind. So there's a whole lot of that vibe going around right now. When got this code, courtesy of the fine folks who made this game. Shout outs to Guerrilla, right? And hella good vibes. So of course Nina's bringing that, but we already have them. But the thing is, I was planning on playing this game anyway. But as soon as Elden Ring came out this year, it was written as Game of the Year, right? It came out the same time as this game. And I played it, and it's an exceptional game. It might be. And then I played Tunic, and I was like, I don't know. I think Tunic might be better. Now I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Horizon Forbidden West is pretty outstanding. I don't want to reduce each game to only being Game of the Year or bust, because individually these games are outstanding. But I think there is some kind of deprivation when you assign one game Game of the Year and it makes you dismiss other games as not true contenders because you don't want to play them, I guess. But I would invite everyone to play each of those games, Elden Ring, Tunic, and Horizon, just so you can see the different offerings provided by each, especially a Tunic. I can't stay because I haven't gotten to play this yet, but I hope you're having a good stream. Ah, we're doing that again. That's right. I had another stream like that. You had a stream like that too. We keep playing games that the other one wants to play and is planning to play. No matter. It's okay, Nina. I'll just cut the game off. I'll play Uno instead, if that's what it takes. By the way, congratulations on your article. Big ups to you. I'm happy you're getting the recognition that you deserve. And I wish you a future of more articles written about you. Be a Netflix documentary too, I don't know. There's so much opportunity out there, you know? My hope is just that you get all of them. Then you might say, Adrian, don't you want other folks to eat too? No, I don't. No, just Nina. As Michael Jordan once didn't say. Fuck them kids. Before you go, what was in the menu today? What were you playing? Sure, whatever it was interesting, so I want to know. Elden Ring? Bet. Yeah, see, now you can be in the argument or discussion of what you think is the best game, right? I gotta go back and finish Elden Ring. I played Elden Ring, liked it a lot. Played Tunic, liked it a lot. Playing this, liking it a lot. God of War comes out later this year. I like that. I'll be playing that a lot. Like Card Shark a lot. It's just, you're eating well. Nightingale comes out as well. I'm gonna feast on that. Hi, X-Slot. I always love when someone just comes in and says hi. Lowercase h, lowercase I. No fanfare, no emojis, no cap, no case sensitivity, just hi. It's intimidating to stream because it's so huge. I intimidate to stream it because I'll have to ban everyone. You know, Soulsborne games, as you know, because you've been playing a lot of them lately. Playing Demon Souls and
I think I'm in the
a few
clear.
others. People just can't help themselves with that game. You know, they just really can't help themselves.
There's Sabohar. In pretty bad shape.
He's not looking good. You're chilling. I changed my mind, more Oblivion for you. Okay, good for you. Bye, Nina. Take care. I'm happy you exist. Oh, by the way, Nina, the photo mode in this game is sensational. So I would encourage you, when you start playing it, definitely take advantage of this. Because I've been doing this a lot. I've been stopping streams just to do this stuff right here. Just photo mode stuff. Look at that. How cool is that? It's a whole ass portrait. It's gorgeous. This is me using the camera controls without looking. Kind of show out. Hope y'all are impressed. I wouldn't be. But definitely screenshotting this too. I'm alright, X-Slot. Thank you for asking. I'm overwhelmed by how good this game looks and how beautifully it operates. And so I've just been kind of in relaxation mode while playing it, which I don't know if it makes for exciting content, but I can't help it. I'm just enamored. You know what I mean? Hi, everyone. My name is Adrian, or Okaydrian, whichever one works. I'm a Twitch ambassador. There's about 130 of us. I'm part of the 2021 class. I've been streaming for 8 years. I've been a partner for 7.5 years. And when I'm not streaming, I'm also doing interviewing and hosting. I've done GameStop TV, E3, Twitch Weekly, White House, Xbox Post Show, Independent Games Festival Showcase. There's a whole litany of stuff. Shoutcasting for Path of Exile, whole bunch of stuff. So welcome. Enjoy your stay. Yeah, Savahar, you're looking rough. Started playing on PS5. I have an Xbox Series X. I don't have a PS5, but I do have a PlayStation 4 Pro, and it looks exceptional. I can only imagine what it looks like on PS5.
The true sun above me, the true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide. The true sun above me.
You must be Savahar.
The true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide.
You like it, X-Lot?
No. No. The vessel must be empty for the coming vision.
You don't need a vision. You need medical attention. On the way up, I saw parts of the trail had given way. Is that how you hurt yourself?
My pain.
Yo, look at this dude's hands. Amazing design. You can see the vascularity starting from his arms all the way through to his hands. That is sensational attention to detail.
All part of the ritual.
You're hurt bad, and your people are running out of time. Staring at the Stormbird isn't solving anything.
You don't understand the omen. It fell here at the beacon. I just need to see the twilight path. And my people will find their home.
Listen, Lakasha is doing the best she can down there, but machine attacks, angry Oseram. The Order is scared, Savahar.
The last rays of eventide will burn away their fear.
I don't think so.
I love the way she gets up and reproaches every conversation point. Also, I love these tension points right here where the dialogue stops. Games have gotten so much better at these things during dialogue choices where they're not just doing some weird animation. She's genuinely looking down and looking over him with concern. Amazing.
What do you think's gonna happen here? If you sit long enough, the sun will show you something?
A path to a new home. The fallen machine can only mean that the storm has passed. Salvation is at hand.
Or some Oseram shot it and it hit an old tower.
She's so frustrated dealing with this. I don't think so stands up, right? Her delivery is so great. She's had so many banging moments.
Look, I think you punctured a lung. You can't heal it with prayer.
The sun will provide. And I will not lose faith.
I'd be more concerned about losing blood.
All right, Aloy. All right, Aloy.
Your people are worried about you. They need shelter, security.
The true sun above me. The true sun before me. Show me the way this eventide.
think you've been staring at your salvation this whole time.
Son above me.
Gotta get over to that storm bird. Grab its heart.
That sounds visceral. Gotta get with that storm bird and grab its heart. Aloy, you good? Oh, by the way, everyone who's here now, please enjoy your stay, enjoy the show, but keep in mind one thing above all else. No tips, no hints, no backseats, no spoilers, no suggestions. Just enjoy the show, please. Cheers and thank you. She's a lot more stern than she was as a young Nora. Yeah, you make a good point, actually. Yeah, you make a great point. You can see the maturity that she has now based on the experiences she's had as the savior, quote fingers.
Sounds like a good die.
She's very much more aware of the things that happen and the way she needs to say things and the shit she doesn't have to take.
A Stormbird heart is valuable. Enough to feed all the refugees waiting below. And his answer is sunstroke and a prayer? Why does every priest I meet think blind faith is the answer to everything?
Damn, Aloy. Look at that view. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I live in photo mode now. I just gotta understand that. I just live in photo mode. Okay? Around the world. This would be a good letterbox one. Nah, I want the full thing. Turn down the intensity a bit. Larger focal length. Right there. A lot less willing to put up with crap, which made me happy. We love a growth. We love a growth for our Aloy. God, that's so good. Anything over here? Ooh, that looks very not worth it. Which makes it very tempting. Pass. Amazing upper body strength.
Interesting color for my armor.
Amazing upper body strength. Love that for you, Aloy. Stomp. Probably can't go back there. Be that. Thank you, Aloy. Relax. Just some money. Haters stay mad, haters stay broke, but not me. Cash check, collect proceeds, you heard? Aloy, not me. I stay broke. Let's not get it twisted. I don't want y'all to confuse me for Aloy. Or Aloy for me. There we go. As the game design intended. Okay, gather one of those. Who put these up here? Number one rule of gaming, don't ask questions. Wow, I can't believe this is a view that is allowed in this game. Are you kidding me? The most amazing thing about games whenever I see this is that these are areas you've been to and you can reach, right? Just like in Breath of the Wild. Not just background options. They don't just fade in and out of existence. You don't have to have a loading screen or teleport to them to make them active. These exist. Yeah, I was just down there. Before the raid happened, that was way down there. It's amazing. This is actually breathtaking. And that's the relic thing I was doing earlier. About an hour and a half, about 2 hours ago, I was doing that there. Jesus, what a game. Yeah, that's nuts. It truly is. In the best way possible. It's just video games, you know? I love video games. That's why you gotta play as many as you can. While making sure you digest what you're playing, you know?
The Osram that was watching the refugees probably went to get Tolland. I gotta get them out of here before he comes back.
What of you? If I were more eloquent, I would use breathtaking like you. Sometimes eloquence is unnecessary. Use the words that you think fit. Take all.
There. The Order should be able to afford shelter with this heart. Some food and a change of clothes wouldn't hurt either.
Meow. She's so cool.
Savahar? How you holding up? I need to get back over there.
Hey, Savahar. You holding up okay, buddy?
Savahar?
No way. Just like that?
I guess you did the best you could. Rest easy now. I'll make sure your people are safe. I should let Lakasha know. And give her the Stormbird heart.
Is she gonna believe us? Hey, Savahar died. Prove it. His body is up there. Bring it to me. Pardon? Bring me his body. That's tough. I wonder if there's a rappel point I can use. I think there was one over there. There it is. I could use the campfire as well.
I've override machines and cauldrons before. I wonder if there are any out here.
Ain't no way you see me over there. Better chill. Yeah, I'm kicking it off the cliff. Yeah. I need proof. Proof of what? Proof of death. What do you want me to do? Bring me the body. Bring you the what? Body. Kick. Going full Sparta, huh? Amazing designs. Wow. Let's go. That's so sick.
Come on. Don't make this difficult. Get out of the way.
No.
Am I about to fuck someone up? All signs point to yes. Ass.
There's Tolland with his thugs.
I think a piece of wood just came flying out. Yo, pimps, what's going on? That's all the fuck it's about. What's good?
I'm a generous gent. So I'll give you one more chance to make it easy on yourselves and clear out.
We won't let you pass, Asaram. If you choose bloodshed, that's on your conscience.
Ain't it just like the cards to make things harder than they have to be? Okay, boys. You heard her. Get your consciences ready.
Hold on now, Tolland.
You again? Listen, I'm all out of patience here. I clipped that Stormbird's wings. The salvage is mine. I don't care who gets in my way. Nora savages or shadow cars or flea bags. I'm taking it.
Well, from what I hear, the law says that whoever gets the salvage first keeps it. Which in this case is me. Am I right?
You took the heart? I shot that Stormbird! Me!
Am I right?
She's right, boss. Blasted love, shut up. Okay. You win. Hey, I'm doing fine. I don't need that salvage anyhow. But these people need all the help they can get. Come on, boys. Back to Chainscrape. I need a drink.
What kind of exit line is that? I need a drink. Oh, got me.
Aloy, again, we thank you.
You're welcome. Now take this heart. Use it to buy food, clothes, shelter for your people. Maybe even land to build a new home.
Welcome back, Paul.
This is... Savahar must make these decisions.
No, I'm sorry, Lakasha. Savahar isn't coming back. He's gone. I know it's hard, but your people need a leader now. Go to Chainscrape. Talk to the forge woman there, Petra. Give her the Stormbird heart. She'll look after you and your people until you can get back on your feet. Find your path.
I'll do my best, Aloy. What choice do I have? Here, please accept this. It is modest, but I hope it helps in some small way. To Chainscrape, then.
What an awesome side quest. I can't skip a single side quest in this game. Like, there's just no way. They're all too good. The stories are too great. I mean, like, I can't not do them. Because they're too good. That was sensational. Yeah, you got fresh hair now, feeling good?